Although getting a passing score, and notice there's a footnote here, I'll read it to you, about 17 or more questions correct here. So yeah, 24 questions. You should be able to get, roughly speaking, 17 of them correct, 17 or more. Now, granted, there's a variance here. If you got 17, 16, 15, whatever, you want to make sure you're prepared, though. Now, if you're getting a really low number, you're not prepared for this, all right? Now, if you're getting close to, the number we want, around 17, you're doing okay. Now, if you're getting 15, you could probably show up some deficiencies. But again, if you're at a really low number, like you're randomly guessing, this is not going to work out for you, all right? So here's the deal. You might have to go back and review. What do I suggest you do? I suggest you get the guide, all right? So how do you get the guide? Click on this link. Let me go through that with you. My Dropbox on a web will open. I suggest you download it by clicking the download button. It'll download to your computer and it will open. And then you got this big long document over here. Now someone says, well, I don't even know where to start to review. Well, what you're going to do is go back to the exam. Let me do that. And I'm sorry, I'm not back at the exam. I'll get back to the exam. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So back on the exam, you got problems here. And I don't know, let's say you had trouble with vectors, right? You see the word vector here. So let me go back to the guide, so to speak. And one problem students have is they'll say, oh, this contents is too much. I don't know even more vector might be. But you could read through it, you'll find vector. Another thing you may want to do is just simply search for vector. Wow, look at that. It's in section 8. So what you do is click on section 8. Let me just expand the window a little bit, hide the sidebar. And I'm going to go look at vectors. All right, this is the structure of the document. Now, part of the vector stuff that you've learned is what you've also learned in Math 119. You may have to go back and review that as well. But the bottom line is there's lecture notes. Within the lecture notes, there's little tiny videos. So let's say you want to click on this video over here. It'll be a short video. A website's going to open up, and this video here is 2 minutes and 32 seconds long. It's basically me walking you through the problem. Or, I'm sorry, through the lectures. So there's a bunch of little mini videos here if you need to watch them. Now you may just need to refresh your memory by reading, and I do recommend you do that. All right, so I go through a bunch of stuff. I also go through some, the dot product, yada, yada, yada. All stuff to do with vectors taught at this level of the game. But again, little tiny videos on the side. This is lecture. Typically spend time in classroom going through lecture. If you've taken the course already, your teacher's taken the time to go through the lecture material in this as well. It's pretty standard. Then what I do, I go through examples. The example questions have little tiny videos next to it of me walking you through those examples. Now, of course, the problem with me doing examples is me doing the examples. At some point, you got to say to yourself, I want to do an example, and that's a supplemental activities. So, the homework, you do it. What's the homework going to be? I give you questions that are related to what we've done in lecture and the examples. Now, granted, there's answers there for you. You can look at those answers in little tiny videos. I do want to claim over here, though, at the end of the section over here, there's also some posted videos if you want to watch those. For example, let's say you want to watch the lecture. Now, what does that mean? It's the lecture that I'd present in a classroom. Let me click on that. And you get the lecture there. The lecture is 25 minutes long. Now, again, for some students, 25 minutes, well, it's almost 26 minutes long, is just too long. What's nice about YouTube, though, you can speed the process up or simply just scroll this thing to a section that you want to see. You can do that, all right, if you want to. Again, you decide what you need to review and just review what you need to review. You want to do well on the placement test. All right, there's also me going through examples. Let me click on that. That's 30 minutes of me going through examples. What else is there in those long videos? And these are longer videos. These are not short videos. Now, granted, a 28-minute video for academic purposes is really not long, but if you compare it to a typical YouTube video, that's because they're a very long video. There's also going to be homework. I wouldn't worry about the SAGE so much. I keep this here. I didn't want to remove it from the document because I think it's important that students at Escana College get exposed to its computer algebra system. But anyway, this is not for placement test reason. Let's just go to this one over here, homework. That's 46 minutes and 45 seconds of me doing homework. right? Actually, that's how long it took me to do the homework set. Now, certainly, it might take you less time, and the reason for that is when I'm doing the homework, I'm talking through it, and talking through anything slows it down substantially. All right? Okay, thank you. Appreciate your time.